This facility was smaller than I had hoped. Yet, finding another raises my spirits. There were others here, others like myself, those that had been adapted, not by themselves, but by the hand of science. Their minds, their senses are not their own. I can only hazard a guess as to what the government was attempting to achieve. Perhaps it was a kind of control, a bio-robot, if you will. For if your soldiers object to your orders, there's no forcing them. Cruel then it is that these poor souls are left down here. What I gave them was a mercy. But perhaps there is another way. Not for the ones that have passed, but for others out there that suffer the same affliction. Beyond that, the equipment that I found down here is exciting. I look forward to trying it out on the undead masses. If the government can do one thing right, it is weaponry. In time, we will see just how good.
Kia ora, guys, gals, and Legionnaires. Rycon here, and welcome back to Let's Roleplay Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, Bran's Tale. We are here in this little ice lab. It is an ice lab that is just a single level, but oh boy have we got some goodies from here. Now, we got a whole heap of bits and pieces that we've been kind of slowly taking apart. We've got our other security bots here as well that I was wanting to take apart, but I'm thinking maybe it might be better for us to just do that on the surface because it's very cold down here and we're using a lot of power at the moment. So let's see if we're going to be able to just drop a little bit more into our cart. I think we should be able to. So we have the M16A4. Which is coming from these security bots. We'll take the AI core, everything else that can go in there, and apparently there is a error involving a small blob. But we'll ignore that for now, we'll let them carry on doing their blobby things. As for the others, yeah, as you can see, they're pretty big. We're not going to be able to get them in there easily, so what we're going to do is just drag them around for now, effectively. But before we leave this place, there is something else that I want to investigate, and that is, I believe, in this corner over here, we actually can't see my marker at the moment. Let's see, mousey, there we go. Yeah, so in this room here, I believe, there is a sponge. I know, shock horror, an actual sponge. Thank you to those of you who were eagle-eyed enough to notice this. Let's go ahead and grab everything. We're going to drag those bots along with us, as well as our cart as we move throughout the lab. I'm going to keep an eye on our power and hello friend. Well, our nurse bot is still rolling around. Not much that we can really do with the nurse bot at the moment, but yeah, the fact that we have that sponge now, that's pretty good news for us because, well, for one, we can get some more things equipped into Bran. We've got some other CBMs that just aren't good quality at the moment that are, well, yeah, we're going to be able to make them all nice and clean so we can install them in our body. We're going to leave those robots over there for now as we make our way through here. Turning this on. Oh yes, I believe it is amongst this stuff here. So let's see, there is a mop. Okay, alright. Pipe, alright, okay. Slowly working my way through. Last two. Sponge. It is a tool or a cleaning aid made of a soft, porous material typically used for cleaning impervious surfaces. Yes, okay, we can use it to craft a washing kit. What do we need to make a washing kit? Well, I'm assuming that we need a washing kit to make these things clean. I'm going to see if we can activate the sponge beforehand though, just in case, because wash hard items. Okay, we cannot see to do that. Well, that's fantastic. Let's go ahead and turn on our little flashlight. And we're going to go ahead and activate that sponge again and see if we can make these not filthy. Okay, right, so we need water and cleanser, but yes, we can actually clean things. That is brilliant news. That is very, very good news. So, At this stage, I think we can head back up towards our vehicle with what we have so far, taking these broken security bots as well. More than likely, I'm just going to break these things down on the surface. We're also going to have to, unfortunately, fold that, which means that there's a whole heap of things on this that we're going to be trying to shift up to the top floor, and we hear poof. Yes, there are spory boys everywhere. But yeah, we're going to continue moving everything for now. Yeah, fun times. A whole heap of spores here. Ridiculous amounts, in fact. And I think once we get outside, we'll see just how far it has spread, which is literally across this entire region. So working outside isn't exactly an option for us either. So we're in a interesting situation. I'm not sure what we want to do with you yet, Bran, in regards to all of this mess. Because, yeah, I'm relatively sure that we are protected from stuff and things, but you can never be too sure. I think the best thing that we can do at the moment is go and grab our folded Foldertron. Wow, you know what? Actually, in saying that, I think just holding this stuff, our hands are not free. Well, let's make sure that they are free. We're going to go ahead and use our survivor harness to go and harness our fusion rifle. And we'll ignore the other noises for now as we start to move all of the stuff across here, and it looks like there's going to be a fair amount of this, unfortunately. Lots of poofing. Not much we can do to stop that. And yeah, every single door, they're just kind of all over this stuff. And now that we can actually see outside, we can see the full extent of this, and oh my word, that is quite the spread. Just look at this. How fast this has spread across this entire region, making fungal zombies and other such nasties. We have a number of blobs off in the distance here, which I think we were getting notifications about before, but just looking at the minimap, it's just, you know, there's no grass here, there's no road. They have just dominated it all. There are a lot of dead fungaloids around here though, and I think they are the product of these slimes. As you can see, they're just kind of, there's a big gang of them. And we've even got another one over towards the side here. So we might be looking at a rather full vehicle here. We'll have to figure that out once we make our way around here. Hello, turret. Hello, hello. We still don't know if we're actually going to be able to do anything with you yet. Those blobs really shouldn't care about us all that much. We've stopped holding items for the time being. So yeah, we have this broken autonomous, there we go, autonomous turret. Jeez. Flippin' heck, that took us a little bit. I'm not going to install the laser rifle on here yet. I mean, we could, and see how it is against all of the things that are around us at the moment, maybe. I mean, the power is at 100%, so that's a lot of power. That's a lot of power. First thing we need to do, though, is get all of these things inside, and that includes the robots, so it's not going to be an easy task, but it's one that we can do. So first thing we need to do is just start looking at the pavement. I know it sounds a little weird, but that's our first step. We're going to take all those 50 cal rounds, move them inside, and same with everything else here that we have on the ground. Just moving everything across, leaving the egg where it was. So now everything is beneath us at this stage. We need to be able to, it gets a little tricky from this point, but I think we're going to be able to make this work for us. So over here, we're looking pretty light on storage still. Well, I say light, but really, not really. We can start moving some of these weapons across. So we've got effectively 2 Barretts so far, in quite good condition. Actually, hang on, no, sorry, I lie. That's actually our main weapon storage. So let's have stuff in there still. What we want to do is be looking at the ground first. There we go. So the A7 laser rifle, etc., we want to start moving those across, along with everything else, as much as we can, effectively. The hydrogen canisters are what we use with this other weapon. Yeah. Was it the Sten? So we've got a laser pistol as well. Laser pistol, laser rifle. I think we'll keep the laser rifle as our weapon. No, it's the PPA-5. We can have a new sidearm. And I'm not 100% set on what that's going to be yet, but the laser pistol could also be a nice thing. If we can install both of those and make those into automatic turrets though, I imagine that's pretty good. You got your long range and your close range. It's nice. It's real nice. So let's see, where else do we have space? We have quite a lot of space in our drug bucket. Our drug container is relatively empty as far as storage goes, so I think that's where most of the stuff is going to have to go. As to where the robots went, I'm not sure yet. They're around here somewhere. Oh, they're here. Yeah, so we can see obviously the volume of them is massive, so we'll try and fit other things elsewhere to begin with. And it looks like we can get most of that there. Police bot chassis, yeah, that was always going to be a little tricky. So we've got a whole heap to try and store still, and honestly we're not going to be able to do it. We just don't have that kind of carrying capacity. Even if we had a whole, I mean, looking at these here, there's a little bit of space in some of them, but for the most part I think all of our cargo carriers are full. Yeah, that's the case. So was there anything else on the ground that we desperately needed? Really, it's only these here. If we could take one of the turrets, I might be happy with that, but again, it's the volume that's crazy high, and obviously the weight as well. The weight's going to weigh down our vehicle, it's going to make it less efficient, and really, if we want to do something with these things, we can, but we'll probably just work on them before we try and move on anywhere else. So I do want to return back down to the lab so we can install some CBMs, but I think before we do that, we're going to do a little bit of light work on our vehicle. Let's use our atomic lamp here, and we are going to see if we can install this laser turret. So we're going to go over, first of all, towards where the automatic scar is, and we're going to remove that. It's going to take 15 minutes, so let's hope that this vehicle is very well sealed while we do this. Okay, it has been removed, and on the turret mount we are going to try and install our laser rifle. Okay, so let's see, where. So we have the mounted plasma gun. Okay, right, shite, it's not automatic. I don't know how we would get it to be automatic. Now if we installed it on here, I mean, that's still good because we're able to use it ourselves. We can use it to clear out the area around us. So I still feel like that's a pretty good use for it. Obviously, we can use it ourselves and, you know, just use our own internal power to be able to shoot with it. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure yet what's going to really be the best there. What would be great is if we can get an automatic 50 caliber turret on here. I'd be pretty happy with that. So let's have a look for a second. We've also got the V29 laser turret. Is that the pistol? Hang on. If you set it to fire automatically from your vehicle controls, it will fire any hostile creature that gets too close. So can it be automatic, even though it doesn't say automated? Maybe. I mean, is it the same thing with the mounted? See, that says mounted. Yeah, so this is just an actual mounted one, but this here, that's turret. So I think, yeah, because it's a turret and it's not a mounted weapon, maybe it can be automated. Maybe. So we could try with this. Yeah, this is the laser pistol. So it becomes the V29 laser turret. All right, you know what? We'll give that a go. We'll see how that works. It's going to take 48 minutes for us to do it, which is a fair whack, but you know, we'll see how that turns out. I did also see that we were able to install another quantum solar panel, so I think we've got one just chilling out somewhere. Quite possibly. So if we can get another quantum solar panel on here, that would also be great. I don't know if we just picked one up. My memory isn't always that great. So let's see. Heading over towards here, we have a turret chassis there because that's where the big gun is. Regular solar panel, quantum solar panel, no solar panel here. Can we install one? Yes, we can. Oh, yes, we can. Well, let's go ahead and install it then. We're very hungry and thirsty. We will have to do something about that in just a moment, but our power isn't going down, and I can probably turn our power, our heat off Oh yeah, we've got 2 quantum solar panels on here now. We can also install something else here, another solar panel, should we need to, or feel, yeah, I mean, sure, let's do it. Why not? Let's go wild. Again, I'm not eating or drinking, because Bran's excited about laser things. Okay, let's do that whole eating thing, and we'll also turn off the climate control, which says it takes 0. And I'm wondering if that's because the climate at the moment is, nice. It's like a nice climate that we're in. I'm not sure, but also look at this. Hang on, what is going on with CBMs at the moment? 0 kilojoules to activate. 0 kilojoules to activate and to use. What is going on? I mean, I'm not complaining. I mean, CBMs just got nerfed and now they got a huge buff? I'm not sure. But a lot of these things just don't take power anymore. Maybe Bran has finally ascended to the point where he has some kind of singularity running within his chest that pumps out limitless power. But yeah, it seems a lot of these CBMs don't require anything at all. Whether or not they've just been removed from the game, and that's the reason why they don't have any energy associated with them, I'm not sure. But please tell me that the hydraulic muscles still require power. Not that much power at all, considering. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so we could just leave our internal climate control on. I mean, screw it, why not? When in Rome. Okay, thermal dissipation still takes a little bit, but really not that much in the grand scheme of things. Let's have a drink, huh? Yeah, let's do that thing. So we're going to have a drink until we are slaked. Fantastic. And then let's have something to eat. And I think we need to turn off our internal furnace just so we don't eat anything important. Right, so we still have some frozen things. We have some frozen crackling. Did I have in my inventory a way to... yeah, it should be under tools. Let's see. We've got a few things. Yes, the frying pan. Activate. Use our tool set. Boom. Fantastic. We have some crackling. Excellent. Just surviving off crackling probably isn't the most healthy form of food. I mean, like, we ate a lot then. We didn't get full, but we're okay. So, let's continue our little build here. We want to get this turret on here, right? So, on this side here is where we have the other turret. Oh, the V29 laser turret. It's on there at the moment. So, let's have an investigation. We also need to make sure that we have the ability to control this remote control as well, definitely. Control multiple electronics. Okay, we don't have to worry about any of those. Cool. We're just going to go through this bit by bit. Control vehicle. Let's see. Aim turrets, aim automatic turrets, set firing modes, targeting modes. Okay, so, holy shit. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. So, there's nothing around currently for it to be firing at, but let's see if we can get another turret installed on here. So, I'm assuming that we need to have a mount of some kind. The turret mount. So, what do we need to apply a turret mount? I wouldn't mind putting the other one here if that's possible. Let's have a look. Can we put a turret mount there? We can. So all we need is a turret mount. Sure. And turret chassis. A rotating turret. Install a suitable weapon on it as an automated weapon. Yeah, let's do that. Turret chassis. I'm sure that we have a chassis of a turret around. At least I think we do. I'm sure we just brought one on board. So if we can't, let's see, do we know any recipes to make turret chassis? Yes, we do. In fact, we do. An inactive laser turret. Yeah, I mean, that's also a thing. Turret chassis. Sure. I'm certain that we have... No, we have a turret, right? But we can just disassemble that one. Yeah, police bot chassis. So if we break apart one of the M2 automatous crows, we should be able to get a chassis from that. So we want to go ahead and just break up this one here. We get a turret chassis. Okay. All right, let's do it. Let's do this thing. We're feeling turgid at the moment. Disassembly is going well. I have no idea if we're firing at anything outside. Also, the blobs, they're not hostile to us immediately, so we're not going to be, seeing that pop up right away. But let's head over here. Now, the only thing that I'm afraid of is it'll be right in front of our view, so we might have trouble seeing with it. So let's see if we can instead just put it right next to the other one here. Doesn't look like we can install it there, so what about over here? Again, we don't seem to be able to do it, so let's go turret. Oh, did we not get a turret chassis? There is a chance that we failed to get one. We broke it apart into its various different components, so let's have a look. On the ground, we have a turret chassis. Excellent. So let's see if we can just go ahead and pick that up. Now that's actually in our inventory, because I think we just weren't seeing it before. It's possible. Okay, heading into this position. Okay, we cannot install one here. Can we usually though? It does say that we can. Apparently we are lacking a turret chassis. What? Components required, turret chassis. What then do I have in my inventory if not a turret chassis? Do I have something different? Am I confused? Or do I not even have it at all? Nope, turret chassis. 100% we have it there. Okay, it is the skeleton and armor of a turret, a chassis, as you would expect. So maybe there are varying versions of turret chassis. Because the way that the vehicle system works is that if you can't place something, you won't see it. Inert core, that just... Okay. Weird. Amorphous heart? Sure. Chimes, we can install chimes. Very nice. Attracting neighborhood children. Alright, cool. Fantastic. The directed floodlight. There are a lot of things here that I haven't actually seen before, so it's nice to see new stuff getting added in all the time. That's steam engines, that's also quite interesting. But yeah, so effectively, we can install all of these things on this spot. If we go to another spot, we might not be able to install them. So the fact that it's missing makes me think that, unless of course the vehicle system has changed, that's maybe possible. I don't think we need to have a turret mount there first. If we did, it would. I feel like it would tell us that. Yeah, I feel like it's a one or the other type deal. Yeah, install a suitable weapon on it. I mean, it would make me think that we should be able to install that there. Let's just have a look at some other squares and just see if there is any real difference. No, we're pretty much able to install similar things. You see here, like we can install steel plating, but if we go down like a few squares, we can, but like, okay, what I'm trying to say is like, there are some things that turn up. So here we can install other things that we could install elsewhere. So I don't think that if we go down to where the vehicle tank is, if I search for tank, it shouldn't show up. Yeah, see, so it's something weird is going on. I'm not sure what. I think we might just have to make a turret chassis, which is a bit of a pain in the ass, because I think that's the one that it's looking for. Even though this says it is a turret chassis, I don't think it is. So for this, we need a whole heap of junk. We need tanks, we need solar cells, which we can get. The electric motors aren't, it's not the end of the world, but it's the rebar. Okay, 3 pipes, we can do that. We've got 20 wires. You know what, this is actually doable, and I really do want to do this. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of work. See if I can pick these things up. The RAM, we can get this stuff, we can do this, we can make it happen. Another thing that we can actually try and do as well, and something that we've been trying to do for a long time, I know we're jumping from one job to another here, is a control laptop. And as to how we'd exactly make one. We do actually have the means, no we don't. We need a Hack Pro, so we've been missing that for a while. What we can make though, is a remote vehicle controller. So at least that's one thing that we can do for now. It's gonna take us an hour, Bran is gonna have to sleep eventually. But yeah, I can't remember if we have encountered Hack Pro software anywhere, but effectively that would allow us to disable the turrets that are in the laboratory. Which, I don't wanna take the gamble with some of them. There is a possibility that our EMP pulses aren't making them explode and that they are actually inert, but if we take a chance, that's 50 caliber rounds that can do a whole heap of damage to us. and I don't feel too good about that. Let's examine our vehicle and have a look at installing this up here. We got a lot of things here, so there's a chance that we might not be able to install it. That's fine. Let's actually just have a look at the back of the vehicle then. We can't install it there either. Interesting. Where then will we install you? Let's have a look. We should have it in our hands at the moment. Remote vehicle controller. A remote controller for real cars can turn... Okay, can I activate it? Has 0 charges but needs 1. Oh, hang on. Okay, so, right, it's a controller. We have that inside of us. We didn't even need to make this at all. Well, I guess it's just a little bit of an interesting project. We'll take it apart. We'll spend some more time. Oh, dear. We take some of our inhaler, one of our 271 charges. Take this thing apart, leave some of the stuff there, that's fine. We'll have some of this crackling. Delicious. Alright, fine. So, do we have Hack Pro around here anywhere? There is a small chance. We're going to start filtering everywhere around here to see if we have Hack Pro anywhere. The good thing is labs are where we can usually find that kind of software. We've got an Electrohack, and I don't think the Electrohack has Hack Pro in it, but we'll have a look and see what happens if we disassemble it. Contents of this item, a light battery cell. Okay. Let's see, compatible magazines. Yeah, it doesn't tell us what we're going to get from taking it apart, but I'm assuming that it isn't software that we'll just get on a USB stick. So we need to keep our eyes out for Hack Pro. Right. So that's that. If we do need to go back down to the lab, which is looking like that's the case, we should take what CBMs we can and have a look at getting them clean. So we've got these ones here. Actually, you know what? We need to drop off a whole heap of stuff. I tell you what, I'm going to organize my inventory as best I can, and I'm going to grab what CBMs that we want to clean. I will see you all in a moment. Okay, I think we have everything at this stage. Also, I'm relatively sure that we don't have the respirator. I don't know what this is going to do for us, but this could potentially help us out with our asthma. That is like the last thing that's really kind of like the human grounding thing in Bran. So, we need to try and see if we can get this stuff clean. We're going to grab our sponge. We're going to go and select all of these dirty things here. Using cleansing stuff and water stuff, we wash all the items, and oh boy, look at this. So, looking at this, 3 of them are faulty. We can fix that. This one here is still grayed out, which makes me think that we actually already have a respirator CBM. So, having a look here, we don't have respirator written down here. And going over towards our passive, we don't have respirator written down. We've got air filtration, and yeah, I mean that helps get rid of toxins. It will attempt to remove them. See, that's what's interesting. Does it remove them, or does it attempt to remove them? I'm not so sure about that. But anyway, let's go ahead and mend some of these items. So, it won't take us too long. It's actually going to take 45 minutes for us to do. So it is a little while, but it's going to be worth it. And I will be intrigued to see if our maximum power does actually increase any further. Because if you remember, we did have a lot of power. We've got another unified power system CBM there, which we already have, I believe. It's just the wording of things sometimes can be slightly different, or at the very least, I think it might be slightly different. So it's worth having a look at. Let's just see. Unified power system. It's called internal unified power system. So yeah, again, the wording is slightly different. So it makes me think that it is actually a different CBM. We'll find out when we head in. This one says it's sterile. Interesting stuff. Yeah. Very interesting. Let's go ahead and mend the protective lenses, which protective lenses I'm pretty sure we already have. Yeah. Feel tired, stop mending? No. We are dead tired. I think we're going to push through this last bit. Yeah, surely we already have protective lenses. And that's grayed out, but it's a different kind of grey. Very interesting. We will mend you. I know we are tired. We heard... Oh! You know what that is? That's the sound of our turret doing its thing. We hear 29 and 22 beeps. It was doing some real beeping. Okay, Sporific induction has now been mended. Fantastic. Let's just... Do I want to open this? What's great is that I think it can actually see pretty well in the dark. How's power? Power is fine. We should be able to sleep perfectly fine, leaving that turret on now. That's what we're going to try and do. Yeah. So, first things first. To fall asleep, let's turn that off just because. And we are also going to shut down our ears. So we need the sound dampeners on just so that we're going to actually be able to get to sleep. And the atomic lamp we're going to deactivate. So it should be nice and dark in here now. Let's see if we are able to sleep. We're not going to set an alarm. We want Bran to get a full and proper sleep. We actually fall asleep right away, which is good. And hopefully, theoretically, our vehicle should keep us safe. If we see some extra bodies around outside, we'll know that it is actually working. Yeah, I mean, the laser pistol will have decent range, but there it is. It won't have anywhere near as good as what the laser rifle can do. And with the two of them combined, I think we'll be looking pretty good. Ideally, we'd have one up here, which we kind of do, and have the other one on the rear. I'm thinking about maybe having the laser rifle on the rear, just shooting at anything that might be trying to follow us, or, you know, also aiming ahead of us as well. Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, seems to be taking us a little while to rest, so I will see you all when we awaken. Okay, we're not quite awake yet, but do you hear that sound? That is a lot. That's a lot of laser fire. And I don't know what an IFF warning beep is. Not so sure. But yeah, it's doing stuff. And we awaken. Now, we did manage to sleep very soundly, but I do imagine as Bran has been sleeping in his vehicle overnight that, well, just through the curtain at the front, the two curtains, just seeing these flashes of light in the night, the flashes of the laser atop his vehicle, keeping him safe. Let's see how we're looking in terms of power. Okay, the battery power did go down a fair amount. We're at around about 39%. So ideally, we will look at future-proofing this and installing a few more swappable storage batteries in time. We do have 2 quantum solar panels on here though, so as we can see, it says a day until full. Okay, I mean, like, it will get there. It will certainly get there. Yeah, we just need to give it a little bit of time. I feel confident that it will do the right thing. As to what it's been fighting though, holy balls, you guys have been busy. What in the hell? I guess they've been splitting. They've just been splitting into smaller blobs. Severely injured, yeah, so the ones on the outside seem to be a fair bit injured. Whether that's what we've been firing at, I'm not sure. I gotta think maybe it's more these things out the front here. And oh, look at that beautiful turret. Look at it. Ah, what a thing. So we know going down, we need to grab a few things. For one, let's make sure that we actually do have our folded Foldertron, which, you know what? I don't actually remember seeing amongst some of the stuff that we've been throwing in. So let's just have a quick little look around. That's fine. That's our inventory. We want to do an all-around look for fold. There it is. Come with me, Foldertron. We've got a Kevlar zombie. Okay, well, let's just try and ignore that for now. We are very hungry, and we haven't actually had much, if anything, to eat. I gotta think that we're gonna be okay just for this little bit here, because we're not spending all that much time. So, let's see. Where do we need to go first? Well, we want to make our way back up towards where the installation is. Yes. Okay. In we go. And bam. Thank you to everyone that did actually give a little bit of advice as to how we can potentially save the people that are in here. It's good to know, and there is a chance that we might look at doing something like that in the future. Through science, we might prevail. So, we want to go ahead and, install one of these. Ah, son of a bitch. So yeah, it's green, right? It's green. Which means, okay, sure, we don't have that CBM, but it needs to be sterile. as well? Well, how the hell do we get it sterile? Do we need to make a washing kit? I'm guessing that's it. So we can make it not filthy, but yeah, oh gosh, it's an endless cycle, isn't it? So let's see if we can get this thing installed. Please, please, please. Okay. Oh shoot, I completely forgot that it was freezing down here and we're gonna get frostbite on everything. Oh god. What have I done? What have I done? Okay, we successfully installed stuff. Oh, it's stitching us back up. It's stitching our head back up. It's stitching our mouth back up. Okay. Can we stop? Holy crap. That was that was bad because I think it was in a constant cycle of trying to stitch us back up, but we were taking damage because of frostbite. Yeah, we started freezing. We started freezing on this table here. I mean, not much of us was very human to begin with, but even more so now. Let's go turn those repair nanobots on. Thankfully, wow, that uses a lot of power. That's good. That's good, because in my mind, that's kind of balanced. We've got nanobots flitting around us. Let's go turn that off. Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot of power. That's a lot of power. But yeah, again, good, because repair nanobots, they're doing a lot to repair yourself. Okay, so these are still green, and we have a new CBM. And there it is, respirator, just on or off. A complex respiration augmentation system improves respiration ability in air and allows breathing water. Will automatically turn on when drowning, turn on to recharge stamina faster at a moderate power cost. Okay. Asthmatics may also use it to stop asthma attacks. Yes, yes, we have a respirator. Let's turn it on and just see what the power is like. That's the battery system. So yeah, let's leave that on. That's fine. Let's turn that on. We can't turn it on. Let's try again. Z, it's turned on. Okay, so it doesn't say there's any power associated with it. And so far, we seem to be fine. Okay. So obviously, you know, the same thing with the repair nanobots. It doesn't say a power with them, but there is a power associated. So I'm wondering if we start having an asthma attack, we'll notice actually we are seeing energy go down. I mean, like when I'm just waiting here, it's when we walk. Yeah, so we only want to turn it on when we're having an asthma attack. Good to know though. Good to know. I wonder if it will automatically turn on. Regardless, it's interesting. So what we need to try and make now is a washing kit. Yeah? I'm assuming washing kit. We need a washboard and a sponge. Interesting. Now, I am afraid of throwing our sponge away here because that sponge has taken us a long time to find. So I'm not willing to just willy-nilly throw this thing away. Whether or not we can use the sponge again to try and sterilize, I'm not sure what it really wants us to do. Sponge, can we activate? We have nothing to clean because it's clean, but it's not sterile. So how do you then make it sterile? Do we have to use disinfectant? Because like that's the next step that I imagine you'd want to take. And under drugs, we should have some disinfectant still there. We got antiseptic. Can we activate it? Okay, we can. Yeah, sure, we can disinfect that stuff there, but there ain't anything that we can do with this. Activate. You can't self-install Barnix. Yeah, I know that. But how then do I make you sterile? Mend. It doesn't have any components to mend. Yeah, I know. I realize this. Okay, so with that being the case, yeah. So what do we do? Well, seeing as we're down here, I know we didn't peek at the fridge, and I know that there is potentially a grenade in there that hasn't exploded. Let's just have a look and see what we got going on over there, huh? We're still pretty cold. We will be heating up, don't worry. I'm half tempted to just quickly dismantle this because we should be okay. Let's have a look. Deconstruct furniture. We'll just go ahead and just activate that lamp. Yeah, boy. There we go. Okay, Bran. So here's the reality. We might not get as much done this episode as we'd like to, but sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Right. Internal furnace. Let's get you on, and let's get a munchin on some wooden panels. So the warning I got about power was that if you exceed your power maximum, it can make you just completely lose all power altogether. So we are going to have to be careful that we don't overdo it. Yeah, it's a strange balance. We haven't done anything here, have we? There's just a whole heap of, what is that? Are those shells? Or is that animal poo? Also, are you active? It's very hard to tell. But obviously, yes, and here, I don't think we peeked after having a look around here, did we? Oh my god, it's inert. What? It worked! It worked! The grenade has gone off. At some point, that EMP grenade went off and the computer is still turned on. Holy crap. Well, I'm glad that we came down. And the reason I'm so glad is because, well, just really good things. Really, really good things. I mean, for one, we've got some more. Oh, this is 5.56. Okay, so the turrets down here, they're not 50 caliber turrets. Only the one that was up the top. Well, I'm making assumptions here. But still, I mean, yeah. The 150 caliber turret's enough to scare you. So the reason I'm excited is that we can download a satellite image of the area from here. So let's head up to the surface. Hello surface, that's not the surface. Let's head up to the surface, yes. So we're going to get a satellite image of this entire area around here of like Monaghan, Fayette, Irving, Second Irving, which is very cool. So let's see what we get from this thing. First of all, we actually do need to successfully hack it, which we are doing so far. Let's view the research logs. Okay, I don't know if we've read this before, but I'm going to read through it all the same.
Following S37ZBE's fallout, IT has noted far too many attempts have been made to access other teams' drives and terminals, including certain unofficial directories. Lack of sufficient monitoring means we have been unable to pinpoint the bad actors, but IT has proposed automatically dispatching the UGVs as a deterrent. Local data access error logged, alerting help desk.
UGVs, they're the big security bots, right? That's a pretty good deterrent. Let's see, download map data, hack into system, yes. Surface map data downloaded, local anomalous access error logged. Okay, let's have a look. Okay. Oh, that's awesome. It's actually circular. Well, it's not so much circular as it is spherical and holy. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Okay. Oh, wow. Sorry, I will stop. Okay, first things first. There is a second frickin' lab just right across the way here. 2 labs in the swamp. 5 feet apart. I'll stop. 2 labs. Okay. That's something. And then right next to the lab, we have a strange temple. I feel like that makes it concrete in Bran's mind that the two are connected in some form or fashion. Maybe the labs are the result of the temple, or the temples are the result of the labs. With it being so close, is this lab in proximity to test what this is? What might be in that temple? We know that the items that Bran picked up just recently are now inert. We could find answers here. Next up, looking further up towards Irving, it's just one little town with like one little house, which is kind of interesting. And we have this here, an abandoned shopping plaza. Very interesting. What are you, BBBBBB? You're a beehive, a giant beehive. We've encountered that once before. Over here, all the way across the river, we have a fungal bloom, which is interesting because this is, we're getting fungal stuff here. That's far away. That's a little concerning. We have an incomplete cavern up here. We have yet another strange temple. West from Fayette. Interesting, right? And then over here, we have a ranch. Fayette seems like a pretty small town for the most part. We have a dairy farm, that's new. And then what are you? A stadium. Very interesting, but this makes me so excited for this little area around here. We have a strange temple and a lab right next to each other. The next few episodes for Bran are going to be filled with very interesting exploration, but for the rest of today's episode, we are going to be focusing on what we can while we're here. So we are going to have to try and take a few of the computers apart to get some components necessary to be able to make more stuff and things. Ideally, the turret chassis would work. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be. That's not the end of the world. We still have a laser rifle, which is pretty cool. But yes, we have lots of computers in one room here that we're going to be able to make use of. And it's the one that's up this way. Let's go turn our night vision back on, just so we can see what's what. And ideally, I'll somehow figure out exactly how I'm meant to sterilize the CBMs. Whether or not there is a new machine that's made expressly for that purpose as well, I'm not sure, but, you know. Oh dear. Alright, let's duck into here. What are you? You're just a test tube? You are just a test tube. Okay, so lots and lots of these things to take apart, and so I'm going to do that, but it's not as interesting, is it now? No, it isn't. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through that process. I'll be back, and we activated our LED tattoo. Well, I mean, I guess if it works, right? Yeah. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, with that we have dismantled the very last piece of furniture in this room, and believe me, that was a lot of furniture. Wow, that took a fair bit to get through. Let's see, we want to go ahead and start hauling. And hauling, and hauling. And whether or not we're going to be able to haul all of these things, yeah, it takes quite a bit, as you can see, to move all of this stuff around. If I can at the very least get it all in the same space, we'll see if we are able to fit some, because there's no way we're going to fit all of it into the folded Foldertron, because like at this stage it's taking us minutes at a time to move. Let's have a look and see if that's going to be possible. So let's go ahead, stop hauling for just a second, have a look at that's everything on the floor with us here. Oh yeah, we got quite a fair bit of weight, so we can at the very least we can make that a little bit less just by starting to move some things across here, and it looks like we can get a fair amount. Let's get 59 in there. So yeah, that's at least alleviated a little bit of the stress that we'll be feeling while moving this stuff around. Oh wow, yeah, this is a lot of stuff. Again, I don't know whether or not we're going to be able to get away with that. I think our contact lenses just ran out. Yes, I believe that's the case. So let's go ahead and put some new contact lenses in. Excellent. Okay. Yeah, this is a lot of computer stuff. And we've got pipes as well to be able to make the new stuff. You know what? Screw it. Let's just start with this. I think this is going to be a much faster way to do this. We're going to have to head down towards the staircase. Let's not run into any turrets while we're doing this. That would be for the best. Look, even down here, this stuff is just spread bloody everywhere. It's unending. It is unending. We're going to go ahead and fold the vehicle up there like that. We're going to go grab the folded Foldertron and run back up towards the place. Yes, that's what we're going to do. Just like so. Alright, at least, hey, look, it's all in one area, so that's a good thing, right? Alright, we painstakingly unfold the folded Foldertron Jr. and make it ready to ride. We're not going to be riding it, but we are going to be putting some things inside of it. Moving. Yeah, so obviously it's a lot of scrap metal. We're not as interested in the scrap metal, so I'll tell you what, let's leave that behind for now. Sheet metal is definitely interesting, and the LCD screens, for sure. Yeah, we want the pipes. I don't know if we need that much plastic. I feel like we've probably already got quite a bit, because we were just obviously moving a whole heap across. It's these things like the LCDs and these small metal sheets that are going to be a little bit harder for us to come across. So that's what we're going to want more often than not, I think. So let's have a look here. Okay, not much in the corner there, just some extra pipes. You know what? I feel like that's probably going to be a decent amount for us. So heading back to where the words. Yes, words. Heading back down towards where we were. I don't know what's wrong with my linguistics sometimes. Forward vehicle. Okay, now we want to go ahead, start hauling, and yeah, we're going to be hearing some sounds, and it's going to take us a long time to move these items. Oh, hello, Fungaloid. Hello. Just keep ignoring us. That's good. And we're going to go ahead and move upstairs. Ignore further distractions. As soon as they are upstairs, we can go ahead and activate. Wow, that took a long time. We can go ahead and activate our folded Foldertron, which, whoops, yes, definitely stop moving items. I kind of meant to do that then. Okay, folded Foldertron Junior, we're going to go ahead and activate you and get all of this stuff inside of you. Okay, we cannot put items within the wall. That makes a lot of sense. So let's start off moving this stuff across. Electronic scrap, gonna get those pipes in there. Plastic chunks again, we're not so concerned with those. Processor boards, 19. Alright, so I think what we're gonna end up doing is just getting this stuff close so that we can work with it and then kind of just see where we go from there. Because obviously it's a lot of material. And I don't know if we want to have our car just full of it. Something that I do need to have a look at doing is a bit of a spring clean. We don't need to have all the weapons that we currently have. It's very tempting in Cataclysm just to load up and just have as much crap as possible. But really it's not going to be the most efficient thing to do when we have limited space. There we go. And let's definitely close up the vehicle. We don't want spory madness to get inside. Okay, last of the loss here. Moving up into the Foldertron. Excellent. On the move. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and place you down with all of the other stuff, which should be on the ground. That's some of the stuff. It's the gun operating system. Okay, so we've got you living over here for now. Plastic chunks and all the rest. Actually, let's just do a move order. And once we jump back inside, we're going to take care of Bran's bodily needs, because we've been neglecting them a little bit here. Oh, hello. Good job, vehicle. How are we doing on power? Yeah, we got some of that energy back. That's good. I like it. I like it a lot. Activate our atomic lamp just while we're in here, and let's start off by having some drinks. Oh, are we out of water? No, we're still good. Still very thirsty. Wow, we were very thirsty. And now obviously we are full because we were just drinking a whole heap of water. And yeah, we're sated, but I don't think it's going to last for too long. Obviously water isn't very it kind of holds off the hunger pangs for a little bit. Let's have a flick through this book just so that we know that we actually have got it. The purifier is frozen. Wow, it is. It's pretty cold. So, with all the bits and pieces that we just collected and everything else that we have around us, let's see if we are going to be able to make a turret chassis as we were attempting to before. Turret chassis, right, so we are still missing some wire, a metal tank, and some solar cells. So, the metal tank, that's a pretty simplistic thing for us to make. So if we just start searching for a tank, we can make a 2-liter tank, and it takes 30 seconds for us to make, which is amazing. Okay, let's go get that thing together. That is our 2-liter tank. Next up, we need to try and get some solar panels, rather some solar cells. We have some, but we were missing others, right? Let's have a look at turret real quick again. Turret chassis. So we have 12 of 5. Okay, that makes no sense. Is it not 5 of 12? We have enough solar cells, it's saying then. And same thing with wire. 20 wires of 16. Oh, so maybe it's saying we do need 12, but we only have 5. This is just a very weird way of wording it. I would say 5 of 12 solar cells. But, you know, that's just me. I'm insane. Let's have a look at our vehicle. We are probably going to take one of those solar panels off unless we still have another one. Quickest way for us to find out is just to head around, have a look to see where we don't have a solar panel, and see if we can install one. So no, the answer is no. But we did just install one recently. Let's see. Yeah, we've got just a random one hanging out at the front there. We're going to go ahead and take that apart. Ignore further distractions. Let our turret do what it does best. Okay, so theoretically that should be right beneath us at the moment. So if we go butcher, there are no corpses to butcher, but there should be a solar panel to tear apart. Thank you, and good night. Vehicle parts. Excellent. We are going to disassemble you, and we're going to get some solar cells. But how many? That is the question. Disassembly is in process. Our stomach feels so empty. We can do something about that, and several items fall onto the floor. Let's have a look on the ground. 9 solar cells. Excellent. So that should be all that we need for that. We will double check this, of course, because funky happenings. Excellent. Great. So we are just missing out on the wires and the electric motors now. So let's have a look at motors. So either we want to make 2 or make 1 small. Small electric motor. Doesn't look like it's going to be too difficult for us to achieve that. It's only 20 minutes. Sure. Now, was it 2 or was it just 1? Honestly, can't remember. Dispose of that, put it in our inventory, and we'll just work on that for a little bit. We'll find out in just a moment, won't we, as we search for turret chassis. Okay, 2 small electric motors. So we'll just go ahead and repeat that, storing in our inventory, and then finally it is just going to be working on getting the wiring sorted. And wiring is something that we can also create. It takes a little while. It's unfortunate. We might be able to strip the wiring off something else though. That could be a little bit faster for us. So that is that. Again, just having a look one last time. Okay, it's updated. Great, so we just need an extra 4 wires. Okay, let's have a look at wire really quick. Wire. We can make it easily enough. It'll take 2 hours, which is maybe a little bit more time than we would want. So let's have a look at some of our other things and see if we're going to be able to get wiring from them. I think a lot of the stuff that we've just brought in here will have the ability to give us wire. So copper wire. So obviously a lot of these are going to have copper wire. I guess that's expected. But we're just trying to find regular wire. Power converter. What will you have? I don't know if we can take you apart. Disassembling that will give us solder, electronic scrap, and plastic chunks. Alright, that's a whole heap of RAM. It'd be great if Bran could just install that and just have increased memory capacity. That would be rather interesting. The LCD screens, don't think that we can do anything with them. So yeah, it looks like unfortunately we're just going to have to spend that little bit of time working on that wire. It's going to be 2 hours, but it's 2 hours that should hopefully lead us into having some cool stuff. I would really hope so. Yeah, so it's just 4 things of scrap metal, but it's a lot of hammering out. Let's do this thing. And we are going to jump forward in time, so I will see you all in a moment. Okay, well, we've heard lots of turreting, and there's even some more going on at the moment. But there we go. We have ourselves some wire. We will store all of that in our inventory and have a look at our vehicle really quick. 60% battery, fantastic. We're still looking great. We're going to have a quick peek outside and what in the hell is going on? Okay, I have a theory, a game theory, that this swamp water, for some reason or another, is spawning these oozes. Because if we have a look at either side, that's kind of what we're looking at. Just these oozes oozing out the ground. And I really am a little unsure as to what it is our vehicle is firing at. I think it's these blobs down here. Holy God. Okay. Okay, yeah, so this is the kill zone. When anything gets within that space, they die. And it would seem that we have butchery refuse down here? We weren't butchering anything. Not down here. So, is the goo digesting the fungaloids? I don't know, but we have a lot of creatures around here. But I'm pretty sure that that is like a definitive kind of kill zone. You can see the outer edge here, just along this space. That's kind of the range of our turret. And if anything gets within that space, it's bad news for whatever that thing might be. That's good to know. And it'll be even better if we can get this laser rifle up and running. Yes, we are very hungry. Yes, we should be eating, but we are Bran, and we care more about science and technology than feeding ourselves. So, turret chassis. We can make one. It will take 1 minute and 30 seconds for us to make it. Let's not get confused with the current turret chassis that we had. We don't have it on us anymore, so that's good. No confusion. We're making a fresh new turret chassis. We're going to use some scrap metal. We are going to use a small storage battery. We are going to use our integrated toolset. And bam, we have ourselves a turret chassis. Now, let's see if we're going to be able to install this thing. Ideally, we will be installing it at the rear here. Let's see. Turret chassis, yes! Okay, it's just a different kind of turret chassis. So even though the other one is called a turret chassis, it's a different type because it came from, I don't know. Anyway, we can install it, so celebrate good times. Ignore. Yep, we got some more zipping and zapping. Some fitzing. Okay. Oh, I'm excited to get this thing on here. Okay, so we have the turret chassis on there. We still don't know if this is going to do absolutely anything at all. It's asking for a suitable weapon. Let's go install. What are we going to install on here? We can't install the fracking... God damn it. We can't install the laser rifle on there because reasons. Okay, that's great. That's fantastic. I'm glad we spent all our time on this. That's swell. That's swell. So, if not that, then what is the other thing that we have over here? It's just a turret mount, right? God damn it. Okay. And I'm assuming to make a turret mount, it's an ordeal. Oh, we can't make a turret mount. Okay. It's just a thing that exists then, right? Let's go over to this space here and just search for turret. Turret mount. Components required. Turret mount. Okay, so we can't make a turret mount, it would seem. However, we do have a turret chassis just chilling out over here. The only thing that I'm tempted to do is just remove the laser turret and place the laser rifle on there and see if we can make it automated. I mean, it doesn't take us that long to take it on and off. 18 minutes? No. Yeah, 18 minutes. Sure. We're going to go ahead and take it off. And yeah, it is firing at things at the moment. Yeah. Are you stopped? Nope. I'm actually intrigued. Let's go see what it's doing here. Oh yeah, okay, it's shooting at these ones down here. Yeah, so effectively, whenever they are getting within range, it's just look at that movement. They are actually operating like a blob, or like a weird kind of colony of things. It's weird, it's weird. Anyway, let's see if we can achieve this in time. We're going to go ahead and remove that laser turret. We have to ignore it. We're just going to keep on working, even though it's doing some work. And we are going to attempt to install the laser rifle and just see what happens. Mounted laser rifle. It says it's mounted. Don't know what that's going to do for us. It takes a minute for us to place it up there. That's fine. That's next to no time. Now that that is up there, let's see what we can do with that. So jumping over to here, we are going to go to control vehicle. Right. Set targeting modes. Okay, we can make it bloody automatic. Problem solved. What a headache. And I feel like that's going to have even more range. But it does even more damage than what the laser pistol does. So, we still, the good news here, we still have a turret chassis on the rear. And we can put a freaking minigun on that. So, that's a thing. So, that's good. It can be fired from vehicle controls, that's great. What do we want to have there? Is having one of the RevTech weapons better? No. Reason being, I think it's going to be very difficult for us to find ammunition for it. So we're going to go ahead and mount the minigun on the rear here. Ignoring that. We are exhausted. I'm not surprised. This has been an interesting day for Bran. You know, we got some things installed. We spent a lot of time just working on stuff randomly. And yeah, we've got a minigun on the rear of our vehicle now. So let's have a look at the minigun, control vehicle, and we are going to go to set targeting modes. Can we make you, oh my god, it's an automatic frickin' minigun. So I would like to see if we could try this thing out before today's episode is over. If we are to reload you, what do you need, minigun? I think we've had this issue before with the minigun where I'm not 100% sure what ammunition it was taking before. Damn it. Minigun, oh minigun, what do you need? Hey, look, at the very least we have an incredible laser rifle turret that is I feel like it's going to really do some good things for us. We are going to want to have some more storage batteries on here because it's going to require a lot of power to just keep on moving. But we've got them going. We've got labs within close proximity to us. That's going to be a little difficult to get to, in actual fact. I think we're actually going to have to drive up towards here, or we could just leg it. We could go on foot, make our way over towards it, and you know what, that's probably going to be a little easier. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff out there, a lot of slimes. The easiest way to take care of those slimes actually would probably just be blowing them up, using explosives, or using some of our weaponry that can fire at a distance. But yeah, I think we're going to hold on to the laser pistol for now. And I've really got to go through everything else that's in this vehicle. All the other weapons that we have, see what ammunition we actually need to use the minigun turret at the back here. But hey, we've got turrets, we've got them working, and that's the main thing. Sometimes we're not always going to achieve great and wonderful things in episodes. Today, we got 2 turrets working. It's a slow and steady battle in Cataclysm. We can't get too far ahead of ourselves, but we have a direction. We have a purpose, we have a place. Another strange lab. Oh, strange, well, yeah, it is a strange lab next to a strange temple. Yeah, those artifacts of ours, we still need to ditch and leave behind because there are a lot of errors that are associated with them, but I mean, this is some really good news for us. 2 labs, 2 strange temples. What a joy for Bran. Oh, the things we shall see. But for now, guys and gals, that's going to wrap us up. I have been Rycon. You have all been awesome. And until next time, stay tuned. Finally, I'd like to extend a great big thank you to our Legion on Patreon, who continue to make this content possible.